President Donald Trump orders a federal investigation into the scam known as the California High-Speed Rail Project. Coming up, we've got all the details, how the project actually might get killed, and why killing the project will give you relief on your insurance bills. All that and more coming up. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state representative representing District 75 in the state assembly. President Donald Trump in the Oval Office this week just brought a smile to my face when he just dropped a bomb on California schemers, the politicians and special interests in this state who have been profiting at taxpayers' expense off of billions and billions and billions of dollars in wasteful spending on the high-speed rail boondoggle project. And this, again, is most welcome because this project from the get-go has been a scam, corrupt boondoggle. It has been grift. It has been a payback for politically connected interests, all at our expense. And I want you to wait for it because there is a tie between the high-speed rail project, canceling it, and opening up funding to provide relief to homeowners on their skyrocketing home insurance bills. I'm going to reveal that in just a moment. In the meantime, before we get to Trump's big announcement, I need you to be part of this fight. In California, we are starting to win. Conservatives, for the first time ever, are starting to move the needle. We are once again relevant. I haven't seen this in 20 years. But it takes constant fighting and pressure. And that's why you need to join us at Reform California. The voters in California are moving to the center right. We saw that in the 2024 election. And we have to continue that movement by putting good candidates up for election in 2026 to break the Democrat supermajority and by qualifying common sense reforms for ballot measure fights in 2026, just like we did with Prop 36 to make crime illegal again in the state. We've got a very ambitious ballot measure agenda for 2026, including California voter ID. And of course, a measure to deal with California's cost of living crisis by controlling the out of control taxes, costly taxes and unfair taxes and fees that Democrats are applying. But you got to join us in this fight because the Democrats have infinitely more resources than we do. We need people power, and also we do need campaign power. So go to the website, reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org right now. Sign up at the bottom. Here's the sign up area at the bottom of the site. This way you can stay informed as we launch our campaigns on a variety of issues. Plus, please do chip in a contribution, put gas in the tank so you can fuel our fight. So let's talk about high-speed rail. President Trump was in the Oval Office, and he basically said, that's it. The project's a boondoggle, and we need to stop it. He's ordering a federal investigation. And now, mind you, I've been calling on Trump to do a variety of investigations on wildland fire, water, obviously the sanctuary state policies. But him announcing that he's going to investigate high-speed rail for the corrupt failure, wasteful boondoggle that it is music to my ears. Just to review the bidding real quick, high-speed rail was proposed in 2006. It was approved by voters under a false pretense that somehow only $8 billion of bonds would be needed to build it, that the private industry would come in and come up with billions of dollars more, that we would have the project done by 2018, that the project will only cost about $30 billion. Nope, it was all a lie. $8 billion quickly turned into $138 billion. And the only people who've benefited from this boondoggle are consultants and special interests. The project was doomed to failure from the get-go. It was always a grift. It was always designed to fleece taxpayers perpetually and never actually do a project. Here's Trump basically saying, let's pull the plug.
And President Trump is calling for an investigation now into California's high-speed rail. The original plan for high-speed rail was to take riders from LA to San Francisco. Future plans include connecting Sacramento to that system. The original cost estimate was around $33 billion. By last February, the project had increased to between $89 and upwards of $128 billion.
$133 billion, honey. Nope. You're out of range. It's not 80 billion. 133 billion.
Today, the president, during a news conference, claimed the project is grossly mismanaged.
The train that's being built between Los Angeles and San Francisco is the worst managed project I think I've ever seen.
And by the way, I need to correct the president there. It was originally proposed to be between those two areas, but right now it's like between Merced and Stockton. A small little sliver. And again, even that is not going to happen.
And I've seen some of the worst. Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars over budget. In fact, I read where you could take every single person that was going to go on the train and get the finest limousine service in the world and take them back and forth with limousines, and you'd have hundreds of billions of dollars left over. It is the worst thing, and we're going to start an investigation in that because it's not possible. I built for a living, and I built on time, on budget. It's impossible that something could cost that much. And now it's not even going to San Francisco, and it's not going to Los Angeles. They made it much shorter.
High-speed rail responded in a social media post saying, "Ignore the noise, we're busy building." As we enter the track laying phase, 171 miles are under active construction, and we've already, they say, completed 50 major structures, completed 60 miles of guideway, completed full enviro clearance from SF to LA, created...
God, these asshats need to be arrested and indicted and convicted of felony fraud against taxpayers. Ignore the noise. You people are absolute noise. You grifters have the audacity to say, ignore the noise of the president. He speaks for us. He's the only one bringing common sense to the table. You people are criminals. And you say we've laid tracks? No, as I pointed out on a previous podcast, the tracks that you've laid are not high-speed rail tracks. They're for construction. And the reason why those tracks were so important to be laid down 2 weeks ago, and they didn't even do that many miles of tracks, they started putting a few little poles in the ground a few weeks ago is so they could claim that they were mid-construction so that Trump couldn't snake back billions of dollars of federal aid. I hope he does it anyway, because those tracks, again, are not the high-speed rail tracks. Those are basically saying like, oh, we have a construction trailer on the site. We're building the structure. No, you have a construction trailer. There's no actual structure that you've been making progress on. Plan, to dialogue about the plan, to research the plan, to study the plan. That's all these asshats do in government with your money, never actually accomplishing anything. Again, this project is wrong and illegitimate on so many levels. The quicker we pull the plug, the sooner we stop the bleeding. Now, it's not just President Trump with the criticism. The Office of Inspector General says that high-speed rail will not be completed. It is a damning report that was just issued 2 days ago. Of course, the media doesn't want to talk about it whatsoever. And it basically says they have not done a thorough risk analysis, making it increasingly likely that the MB segment will be completed. The MB segment is that first small little segment. So just the little tiny milquetoast window dressing segment, even that is not viable. Do you understand why I call this project felony criminal? This is wanton mismanagement. Grifters of the worst kind, because they're campaign contributors to the governor and all these politicians in Sacramento who vote for this crap. Man, the FBI needs to do some raids. Good God, there needs to be some indictments. Heads need to roll. Hundreds of billions of dollars that otherwise could have gone to you, the taxpayer. Let me tell you exactly what that link could be. High-speed rail is funded out of something called the Cap and Trade program. And of course, the Cap and Trade program is a tax on anything carbon. The gas that you're pumping, the electricity that you're using, anything having to do with carbon, you're paying a higher price so that a cap and trade fee can be taken out of your pocket. It generates about $10 billion a year. A lot of that money goes over to high-speed rail. Well, here comes State Farm asking California to approve massive rate hikes due to wildfires. They want to go up by 22% on average for homeowners, 16% for renters. That's just the starting point, by the way. That's just for 1 year of rate hikes. Under our proposal at Reform California, we are proposing that the homeowners of California be shielded from these rate hikes. We've got a plan that we've put on our website at reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org. It's our insurance reform plan. And the insurance reform plan is pretty simple. Number one, slash regulations so that we can do vegetation management, so that we can actually reduce the risk of catastrophic fires in California. Second, make sure that we can slash regulations for the insurance industry so that they can operate efficiently and offer market-based products. And then finally, go after the stabilization of the reinsurance market nationally, where we can basically work with the federal government to provide a secondary level of insurance to help insure the insurance agencies from catastrophic losses. This is a comprehensive plan, but part of what I want to do, because it's going to take about 2 years for us to implement the plan to stabilize all the rates. Nothing happens overnight. They didn't create the problem overnight. It's not going to get stabilized overnight. But one of the most important things for us to do is shield you, the homeowner, from any sort of rate increases, because 22%, most Californians can't afford it. So here's what I propose. Cancel high-speed rail. Take that cap and trade money, the $10 billion, and give it back to homeowners in the form of insurance premium relief. Again, this is not a gift to you. We're giving you back your money that they've stolen from you using cap and trade. They've been stealing the money from you to put in high-speed rail. I think we ought to give it back to you in the form of an insurance rate stabilization rebate. This money was stolen by the special interests for their pet project so that they could grift off that project with their political friends. Cancel the project, take the money, give it back to homeowners, shield them from the blow of the insurance collapse that we're seeing right now. And in the meantime, fix the insurance market. This is what a business plan looks like. It's like a recovery plan or a reorganization, a bankruptcy plan. We need to move quickly, and killing high-speed rail is one of the critical elements of the plan that we're offering so that that money gets freed up and gets back to you in the form of an insurance rate rebate. If you believe in this program of reform rather than sticking the bill to average Californians, please go on the website, reformcalifornia.org, chip in a contribution, sign up, and join the fight. Until next time, Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.